So how did the new tent perform in the wilderness when I went backpacking on the Arizona Trail this weekend? Hello hiking friends, it's Micey. I took the new tent on the Arizona Trail this past weekend, and I am super happy with how it performed. It is extremely easy to set up, and it only takes like maybe 10 minutes to set it up. You need 6 stakes, 2 trekking poles, and 1 tent. Easy peasy. It is so spacious inside, and the vestibule is so big that I had no trouble getting my pack and all my extraneous stuff under the vestibule. And I loved that it was a clear night, so I left the door open where the screen door zips and had a perfect view of the stars and the moon. And it wasn't too cold with the door open, although I imagine it could be really cold depending on the weather. I think it dropped down to around 40 degrees. I'm not entirely sure. As far as condensation goes, there was just a teeny tiny bit of condensation at the head of the tent where my head was, probably from, just when my head was outside of my sleeping bag from breathing, but nothing terrible. Now, it was quite a beautiful weekend, very clear, very dry. I'm sure that helps. But again, I say, if my tent is going to be soaking wet from condensation, I'd rather just have a one-step process. I did buy some polycro from Lowe's the other day before I left, and I cut it down to size to put underneath the floor for protection, and it worked great. And there was condensation under the polycro, but not under my tent. So the floor was stone dry. The only reason I knew there was a little bit of condensation on the ceiling above my head was because there were a couple of drops of water at the top of my quilt. But the quilt is lined with similar kind of material, so it beaded there. It didn't absorb. The Enlightened Equipment quilt, I think, is also treated so that it's water resistant. And I brought a camp towel and just mopped up the couple of drops of water that were there, and I mopped up the head of the tent, and it was so dry, like I didn't even have to pull it out when I got home to dry it out. I had to pull out the polycro to dry it out, but that's it. So I am extremely happy with this purchase. Now, how it will hold up in the rain, I don't know, because we don't get a lot of rain, but I have heard nothing but good things. And like on a rainy night, you just make sure both your doors are closed up tight, and then you stay dry inside. From all the research that I've done, people don't have trouble with this tent in the rain. I guess time will tell. Once I'm out on the trail and it does rain, I will do another update how it held up in the rain. But yeah, it's really great. I'm super happy with the purchase. It's so spacious on the inside compared to what I have been using is the Big Agnes Fly Creek UL1, And this is so much more spacious than that tent. I could get my whole backpack in there if I wanted to, but I'm not sure if I want to put my whole backpack in there, but there's enough room to put my whole backpack in there. Super spacious. So yeah, it held up great on the trail. Just a tiny bit of condensation, and there you have it. That's my take on the Gossamer Gear, the One tent. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos. Sharing is caring. As usual, guys, thanks for watching. And I will see you again soon out on the trail.